Hello, and welcome to another lesson from Level Up Mathematics. In today's lesson, we will be using the percent proportion to find the whole in real-world problem situations. So recall that the percent proportion is a special proportion which can be used to find a missing part, whole, or percent. So recall the percent proportion is percent over 100 is equal to the part over the whole. And then to solve it, we can just find the scale factor to find our missing pieces of information. In example 1, it says a veterinarian examined 8 dogs on Thursday. If this number represents 25% of the total number of animals examined, how many animals did the vet examine on Thursday? So let's identify our percent, our part, and our whole so that we can set up our percent proportion. Now in this problem, our percent is 25%. Our part is 8 dogs, but we do not know the total number of animals the vet examined. So I'm going to put a question mark for the whole. All we know is that 8 is 25% of some number. Okay, so to set up our proportion, we'll do percent over 100, so 25 over 100 equals part over whole. And in this problem, we don't know the whole, so we'll use an X, or an unknown, to identify it. Now, what we want to do here is look for a scale factor that we can use to find our missing value. So when I'm looking at the 8, I'm noticing that 8 does not go into 25 evenly. So I want to see if there's anything else I could use to find the scale factor. And what I noticed right off the bat is that 25 will go into 100 evenly. So I would have to multiply 25 times 4 to get 100. That means I can do the same thing to the 8. I can multiply it by 4. So in this problem, X would equal 32. So the vet examined a total of 32 animals. Example 2. During a school play, the main character was on the stage for 72 minutes. If the main character was on stage for 80% of the play, how many minutes did the play last? So the main character was on the stage for 72 minutes. He was not on the stage 100% of the time. He was only on stage for 80% of the time. So what we want to know is the total amount of time for the play. So let's identify our percent, our part, and our whole. So in this problem, our percent was 80%, the part was 72 minutes, and we do not know the total amount of time that the main character was on stage. So when I set this up, I'm going to take percent over 100, so 80 over 100 is equal to the part, 72, over the whole, which we'll call X. Now, when I'm looking for my scale factor here, I'm noticing, well, let's see, 72 will not go into 80, 80 won't go into 100 very easily. So when this happens, what I try to do is reduce one of my fractions to simpler terms to try to get a number that will go into 72. So if I were to divide both these numbers by 10, let's simplify this fraction and see what we get. 80 divided by 10 is 8, and 100 divided by 10 is 10, equals 72 divided by X. Excuse me. When I simplify the fraction, now I notice, oh, looky here. I can use a scale factor of 9 because 8 times 9 is 72. So that means I can use a scale factor of 9 to find my missing number. So 10 times 9 is 90. So x is equal to 90. So the play lasted 90 minutes. The main character was only on the stage for 72 minutes, which was 80% of the time. All right. Example 3. In a park, there are 200 trees that change color in the fall. If this number represents 40% of the number of trees in the park, how many trees are in this park? All right, so let's identify our percent, our part, and our whole. So we know the percent is 40%. We know there are 200 trees that change color, but we do not know the total number of trees in the park. So I'll say 40 over 100 is equal to 200 over x. So again, for me, it's a little hard to see the scale factor. So I'm going to try to reduce my fraction, just like I did before, by dividing the numerator and denominator by 10. Let's see if this helps me. 40 divided by 10 is 4. 100 divided by 10 is 10, equals 200 over x. So now I can figure out the scale factor. What are we multiplying 4 by to get 200? So let's just see how many times 4 goes into 200. 4 goes into 25 times. 5 times 4 is 20. Subtract and bring down. 4 goes into 0, 0 times. So my scale factor here is 50. So 4 times 50 is 200. So all I have to do is multiply the 10. Whoops, I didn't mean to write times 10. I mean to write times 50. And 10 times 50 would be 500. So there are 500 trees in the park. All right, example 4. Dennis made an extra $245 for selling furniture. The extra $245 was 7% of the total value of the furniture he sold. What was the total value of the furniture Dennis sold? So we're going to find the percent, the part, and the whole. So we know the percent was 7. The part was 245. We do not know the total value of the furniture sold. So when we set up our proportion, we'll say 7 over 100 is equal to 245 over x. So when I'm looking at this, I can't reduce 7 over 100. So I wonder if 7 will go into 245 evenly. Let's find out. So let's try that. See if we can find our scale factor here. Let's see, 7 goes into 24 3 times. That'd be 21. Subtract, bring down. Oh, nice. 7 goes into 35 5 times. So now we know what the scale factor is. They're multiplying by 35. So we just need to multiply our denominator, 100, by 35. So 35 times 100 is 3,500. So Dennis sold $3,500 worth of furniture. Example 5. Customers at an ice cream shop took a survey. The results showed that 144 customers rated the shop as 5 stars. This number represented 45% of the total number of customers who took the survey. What was the total number of customers who took the survey? Percent, part, whole. So our percent was 45. Our part is 144, and we do not know the total number of people who took the survey. What I'd like you to do now is pause the video and try this problem on your own. When you're ready to check your answer, press play. All right, welcome back. So when I set this up, I said 45 over 100 is equal to 144 over x. So I wanted to see what the scale factor is. So I'm going to see if 45 will go into 144. Or I'm kind of wondering, because 45 over 100 will reduce. It won't divide, they both won't divide by 10, but they will, let me try something. They will both divide by 5. They will both divide by 5. So what if I divided this by 5 and this by 5? That would give me 9 over 20 equals 144 over x. That gives me smaller numbers to work with. So let's see if 9 will go into 144 evenly. 9 will go into 14 one time. Let's see, subtract and bring down. 9 will go into 54 6 times. Aha! So our scale factor is 16. So I need to multiply 20 times 16. Let's see, 6 times 0 is 0, 6 times 2 is 12. Bring down the 0, 0, 2. So x is equal to 320. Okay, so a total of 320 customers took the survey. And that concludes today's lesson, Percent Applications, Finding the Whole.